after graduating college, I found myself in need of a temporary place to stay while I hunted for a new job. Despite working part-time at a local grocery store, I knew it was time to seek better opportunities. However, the high cost of apartments made it impractical to rent one alone. Consequently, I began searching for accommodations with spare rooms for rent. Admittedly, the idea of living in someone else's home felt a bit awkward initially. Yet, given my circumstances, I didn't have much choice in the matter. Following my college roommate's advice, I turned to Craigslist for housing options. Unlike other platforms, Craigslist appeared to offer a plethora of choices for single rooms in houses. However, my initial enthusiasm soon waned as days passed without any responses to my inquiries. Dishearteningly, the few individuals who did reply would apologize and inform me that the rooms were already taken. Then, on a Saturday morning, a glimmer of hope appeared when a new listing caught my eye. It was a nearby room, reasonably priced, and boasted an appealing description. The ad, posted by a man named Tom, showcased a spacious house with a spare bedroom for rent, complete with its own bathroom and closet. The prospect seemed ideal, prompting me to promptly email Tom, expressing my interest before heading off to work. With the listing freshly posted that morning, I felt optimistic that I might be the first to reach out to him. During my lunch break, I eagerly checked my emails and found a response from Tom. He invited me to view the room that very afternoon. Despite anticipating exhaustion after work, my determination to secure the place overpowered any fatigue. Hence, I agreed to the viewing, and we arranged a suitable time. After completing my workday, I wasted no time and drove straight to the location, a mere 10-minute journey away. As I approached the house, its exterior exuded a pleasant aura, resembling a typical medium-sized home nestled within the neighborhood. Parking on the side of the road, I made my way to the entrance and lightly knocked on the door, brimming with anticipation. After waiting for about 30 seconds with no response, I knocked again, this time with a bit more force. Another minute passed, and just as I was about to send a text to Tom, the door swung open, revealing him standing there, inviting me inside. Immediately, I noticed that he was sweating profusely, as if he had just completed an intense workout and emanated an unpleasant odor. Despite my discomfort, I chose to ignore it, not wanting to appear rude. He proceeded to give me a tour of the ground floor, showcasing the kitchen and the living room. Tom assured me that he rarely utilized these spaces, so I needn't worry about inconveniencing him. However, upon inspecting the rooms, it became apparent that they were not well maintained. Piles of old dishes cluttered the sink, and the couch bore numerous stains. The discrepancy between the actual condition of the house and the cleanliness depicted in the photos struck me as odd. Specifically, I recalled the living room's brown leather couch in the pictures, contrasting with the black one that now occupied the space. It dawned on me that Tom might have used outdated images of the house before it was sold. Although I felt somewhat irritated by the deception, my primary concern lay with the room upstairs, which held the promise of being my private space. Tom guided me towards the staircase, allowing me to lead the ascent. However, as I made my way upstairs, a peculiar sensation crept over me. Tom remained at the foot of the stairs, his hand gesturing for me to proceed, but he made no move to follow. His smile, once warm and welcoming, now seemed strained as he reassured me about the location of my designated room, the first on the left. Ascending the stairs, I reached the hallway and took a tentative step forward. Suddenly, a muffled thud emanated from behind the door of what was meant to be my room. Glancing back down the staircase at Tom, I noticed his smile had vanished entirely, replaced by an expression of irritation. In an attempt to ease my growing unease, he explained away the noise as one of his friends staying over for the night, urging me not to dwell on it. Despite his assurances, a sense of apprehension lingered as he encouraged me to inspect the room for myself, confident that it would meet my expectations. At this point, my nerves were definitely on edge, bordering on fear. Why hadn't Tom mentioned the presence of someone else in the house? It seemed like pertinent information that he should have disclosed. As these thoughts raced through my mind, a sense of unease settled in. Everything began to click into place, and all I wanted was to escape from the situation as quickly as possible. Summoning what little confidence I could muster, I made my way back down the stairs, intent on expressing my decision to decline the offer. However, Tom's reaction was not what I had anticipated. Rather than accepting my refusal gracefully, he seemed to take offense, physically positioning himself to block my path down the stairs. Undeterred, I stood my ground, a few steps away from him, and firmly reiterated my need to leave. Yet, Tom persisted, urging me once more to inspect the bedroom, as if hoping to sway my decision. However, my resolve remained steadfast, and I reiterated my disinterest in the room. After a momentary pause, Tom surprised me by flashing a smile and agreeing to let me go. With a sense of relief flooding over me, I hurriedly made my way past him and out through the front door. As I stepped outside, a wave of uncertainty washed over me. Something about the entire ordeal felt off, and I couldn't shake the feeling of unease. In hindsight, I considered myself fortunate to have escaped the situation relatively unscathed. At the time, I had feared I might have to resort to more drastic measures to leave the premises. Reflecting on the events later, I couldn't help but wonder about the mysteries lurking within that house. Hours later, when I revisited Craigslist, I discovered that the listing had been removed. The abrupt disappearance of the advertisement only added to the intrigue surrounding the house. I couldn't help but ponder over the enigma of the room upstairs. Though it could have been a simple empty space, a nagging intuition told me otherwise. Perhaps there was something far more sinister concealed within those walls.